Very good afternoon. Online students, very good afternoon. Please confirm I am audible. Please confirm the chat box. I am audible. Okay. You didn't get notes. Okay. Today, after completion of session, you get the notes. Maybe I thought I uploaded. Maybe sometimes it may be missed due to many classes. Okay. Today, after completion of session, within 5 minutes, you get the notes. No need to bother. Recorded video. Yes. Are you asking for recorded video? Please contact to admin. Admin or online support team. Okay. Yes. Contact to admin. No. Next. See, in previous session, very clearly we discussed about how to use B file and BLOB. Practically, we have said, sir, if you want to store image path, B file. If you want to store image in table, BLOB. If you want to store audio, just extension will be different. In the previous session, I used .jpg. If you want audio, write .mp3. If you want video, .mp4. Okay. If you want Excel file, .xlsx, like this. Only extensions will be different. Next, in today's session, in the collections, see here. You tell me, sir, what is collection? Set of elements of same type. Why collection? To hold multiple rows. We are using it. Okay. How many types of collections are there? 3 types. What are those? Associative array, nested table, and V array. So day before yesterday, we discussed about associative array. In that, I introduced bulk collector to you. Bulk collect. Bulk collect improves performance. If you know this enough, bulk collect purpose is improving performance. Bulk collect purpose is improving performance. Bulk collect improves performance. Okay. So in the associative array, I want to cover one more. That is bulk bind. Bulk bind topic I want to introduce to you. So what is this bulk bind? I want to introduce this now. So see here. Write a program to increase salary of employees according to hike table percentages. This program already we did using cursor concept. All programs of cursor you can also do with collection because cursor purpose, collection purpose same. Now what is our requirement now? According to hike table percentages, increase salary in the employee. Maybe in the previous session I explained this program, right? Day before yesterday. Please confirm. Did I explain this program or not? Online students, please confirm. Is it covered or not? Covered, right? No problem. One more time we are writing. See here. But that degrades performance. How it degrades the performance? How it improves performance? We need to understand now. See here. The question is, according to these hike table percentages, increase salary in the employee table. So to the 1001 employee, increase 20%. 1001 employee salary 10,000. So increase 20%. On 10,000, 20%. So 10,000 into 20 by 100. To whom? To the 1001. So to the 1001 employee, increase 20%. To the 1002 employee, on his salary, 10%. 30,000 plus 30,000 into 10 by 100. To the 1003, increase 15% on his salary. So according to hike table percentages, increase salary in the employee table. So for this, the key point is hold hike table all columns, all rows in the collection. So create H collection here. H collection. H associative array. Associative array is a table of two columns. First column index, second column element. So first row maintain as first element. Second row maintain as second element. Okay, and third row maintain as third element. Every row we want to maintain as one element in the H associative array. So like this, we want to create H associative array. Okay. So this H is associative array. Associative array is a table of two columns. First one is index. Second one is element. Like this. Like this, create one H associative array. Create one H associative array like this. This is our requirement. So for this, what we are doing here? Indexes 1, 2, 3, like this. So this is H associative array. Associative array is a table of two columns, index and element. Here index is which data type? Observe here. Index is which data type? Number type. So what we have tried here? PLS underscore integer. Element is which data type? Element is which data type? Hike percentage row type. Very good. So we need to declare H now. To declare H, data type is not ready. Now we need to declare H like this. Data type is not ready. So hike array is our own data type. How to define our own data type? You already know. Write like this. Type name. Type name. Is table of element data type. Index by index data type. That's it. So here we are defining our own data type. Our own data type name is hike array. For our own data type, we are declaring variable. Now what happens now? H created with two columns. Up to here created. So in the H we want to hold hike table all columns, all rows. So what we have to do now? Write select query. To load data into H, write select query. Select what we want to store. Star. All columns, all rows. with one context switch. I want to get entire data. What we need to write? Bulk collect into H. From which table we are retrieving? Hike. Now you tell me now how to access 20. H of 1 dot PR. How to access 1001? H of 1 dot implied. How to access this 15? H of 3 dot percentage. How to access 1003? H of 3 dot implied. That's it, sir. This concept only I'm using. So to increase the salary in the employee table, write update command. Update. In which table? Employee. Set which column value we want to modify? Salary. Salary equals to salary plus salary into how much percentage? H of I dot PR by 100. H of 1 dot PR by 100. Where employee ID equals to H of 1 dot employee ID. Understand here? H of 1 dot employee ID value 1001. So to the 1001, H of 1 dot PR value 20. 20% will be increased. To increase to second employee, H of 2 dot PR. H of 2 dot employee ID. H of 2 dot employee ID. Here H of 2 dot PR. To increase salary to third employee, 3, index 3. H of 3 dot PR, H of 3 dot employee ID. Like this. So assume indexes as I. Write this statement in the loop. For I in starting index value 1, how to access? H dot first. Dot dot H dot last. Loop. End loop. Semicolon. That's it, sir. So this code increases salary to all employees. This is a code. This code only we are writing now. Observe now. You tell me the code now. Anonymous block. What we write, sir? Pick. Declare H with our own data type. Our own data type name. Carry. Data type is not ready. Define it. How to define type? I carry is a table of elementary data type. Hike percentage row type. Index by index data type. PLS underscore integer. Data type is ready. Now with one context switch, hike table entire data I want to select, copy into H. What we have to write? Select star bulk collect into H from hike. Hike table, all columns, all rows we got. Increase the salary now. How to increase the salary? Salary into to first employee I want to increase. How to write? Where employee ID equals to H of 1 dot employee ID. That's it. So write this code inside of the loop. Assume index as I. Assume index as I. Okay. Now write this code inside of the loop for I in. Starting index. How to access starting index? Start first. Start. Ending index. To indicate starting point of loop. To indicate ending point of loop. To save all these actions. Commit. Commit. Display message. dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, salary increase it to all employees. That's it, sir. Code is over. Is it working on a test here? Let me log in. C hash batch 2 PU Naresh 80 set server output on set verify off set page size 200 line size 200 and clear the screen. Okay, tables are ready or not? Let me check. Maybe ready. In the previous session we discussed this program actually. Select star from hike. Select star from employee. See here. So according to this hike table percentages, increase salary in the employee table. This is our requirement. So till here, this program already we did in the previous session. If anyone forgot, for them I explained one more time. So is it working on a test here? Observe. See sir, salary increase to all employees. Observe. Working. Select star from employee. See here. Previously this was 24,000. Now 28,800. Select star from hike. See, to the first employee, 20% on his salary increase. Previous salary was 24,000. On 24,000, 20% increase. His current salary is 28,800. Observe, sir. Got correct output. So this is the program. When I value is 1, the first employee salary will be increased. When I value is 2, to the second employee salary will be increased. When I value is 3, to the third employee salary will be increased. When I value does not fall under this range, terminates the loop. Like this it works. So till here we discussed in the previous session. Is it clear up to here? But here one problem is there. Who executes this for loop? PL SQL statement executor or SQL statement executor? PL SQL statement executor. Who executes this update command? SQL statement executor. So because of this reason, here many context switches will occur now. Understand now? This for loop submitted to PL SQL engine. This for loop submitted to PL SQL engine. So for loop is executed by PL SQL statement executor. What it is doing? It is taking I value as 1 here. I value is taking as 1. When I value is 1, this first update command generated, that update command it is submitting to SQL statement executor. So updates, first employee salary. Updates, first employee assume that 1001 employee. Updates 1001 employee salary. And goes back. Observe here with one context switch, one employee salary increase. Observe. Next I value becomes 2. When I value is 2, second employee salary will be increased. Again, another context switch to the 1002 salary increased. So like this, assume that 10,000 employees are there. So to increase salary to 10,000 employees, how many context switches will occur here? 10,000. Is it not becoming complex? Is it not degrading performance? Yes. So with one context switch, one employee salary only it is increasing. When I value is 2 to the second employee, it is increasing salary. When I value is 3 to the third employee, it is increasing salary. Okay, working perfectly okay. But with one context switch, one employee salary increased. To increase 1002 employee, another context switch. To increase 1003 employee salary, another context switch. When I value is 1, one context switch. I value 2, another context switch. I value 3, another context switch. Assume that 10,000 employees are there. 10,000 context switches will occur. If number of context switches are increased, performance will be degraded. This is the problem. So to improve the performance, we use bulk bind. Topic name is bulk bind. Topic name is bulk bind. What is this bulk bind? So it is used to submit bulk update commands or bulk insert commands or bulk delete commands. With one context switch. This is the purpose. It improves performance. It reduces number of context switches. Understand this. See, just now we discussed about this program. For loop is executed by PL SQL statement executor. Update is executed by SQL statement executor. With one context switch, one employee salary increase. 10,000 employees are there, 10,000 context switches. Now, if number of context switches increase, performance will be degraded. To solve this problem, we are using bulk bind. For bulk collect keyword is there. But for bulk bind, there is no bulk bind keyword. For bulk bind, we define for all loop. For bulk bind, we define for all loop. For all loop, we define. For bulk bind, we define for all loop. For bulk bind, we define for all loop. How to define for all loop? How to define for all loop? How to define for all loop? See the syntax here. Syntax is for all. Variable name. You tell me syntax of for loop. To that I make some changes, sir. First you tell me syntax of for loop. To that I make some changes. First you tell me syntax of for loop. To that I make some changes. What is the syntax of for? For variable name in lower value dot upper value loop end loop. This you already know. Nothing news there. Observe. This you already know. In between this, we write statements. This is for loop. But now I want to define for all loop. How to define for all loop? Observe for all. Don't give any space between for and all. For all. Variable in lower value dot upper value Don't write loop. Don't write end loop. In for all, we can write only one statement. Only one statement we can write. That one statement must be DML statement. Remember this. Only one DML statement we can write. Even you cannot write control structures like that also. Only one DML statement you can write. That's it. That is for all. What is the purpose of it? Why we are using this for all loop? What this for all will do if this DML statement is update command? Okay. So when I value is 1, it collects first update command. When I value is 2, second update command it collects. When I value is 3, third update command it collects. When I value is 4, fourth update command it collects. All update commands it submit to SQL statement executor. Now SQL statement executor executes all 4 update commands, gives result back. How many context switches are occurring? 1. Improving performance or not? If you use for loop, if 10,000 employees are there, 10,000 context switches. Here, if you use for all loop, only one context switch is the advantage. So to submit this bulk update commands, we are using this for all. Once again, I'm telling sir. In for all loop, we can write only one DML statement. If this one DML statement is update command, suppose if variable name is I, lower value is 1, upper value is 4, upper value is 4. What happens here? When I value is 1, first update command, it collects. When I value is 2, second update command, it collects. When I value is 3, third update command, it collects. When I value is 4, fourth update command, it collects. Who? PL SQL statement executor. Who collects all these things? PL SQL statement executor. Now what PL SQL statement executor will do? This bulk update commands submits to SQL statement executor. So now all 4 update commands will be executed. All 4 update commands will be executed. Gives result back to the PL SQL statement executor. How many context switches are occurring? 1, because of for all loop. This is called what, sir? Bulk bind. Bulk update commands we are binding together, submitting to SQL statement executor. This is bulk bind. Bulk collect related to DRL, select. Bulk collect for select. Bulk bind for DML. To submit bulk update, if I write delete command here, it submits bulk delete commands. If I write insert here, it submits bulk insert commands. At a time, we can submit only one DML statement. So to submit bulk insert, bulk delete, bulk update commands, we use this bulk bind. It improves the performance. It reduces number of context switches. With one context switch, all rows will be updated or deleted or inserted. To submit bulk update or bulk insert or bulk delete commands, we are using this bulk bind. So to the previous program, I am making only one change, sir. Observe. This is bulk collect, sir. What it is doing? PLSQL statement executor, one time going, collecting all hike table data, copying into H. With one context switch, entire data we are getting. Bulk collect is related to select DRL. To collect entire data at a time with one context switch, bulk collect. Bulk bind related to DML. Here write for all. Don't write starting point of loop. Don't write ending point of loop. If I write like the for loop, if I write like this, if 10,000 employees are there, 10,000 context switches. If I write for all like this, don't write loop, don't write end loop. This is for all loop. If you follow this way, how many context switches? 1. With one context switch to all 10,000 employees, it increases the set. So it is reducing number of context switches and improving the performance. So for bulk bind, there is no, this is called bulk bind. For bulk bind, there is no, for bulk bind, there is no bulk bind keyword. We're defining for all loop means this is bulk bind, sir. For bulk collect keyword is there. Bulk collect we can understand by seeing like this. Bulk collect related to select. One time it will go, entire data it will collect. Bulk collect. Bulk bind, bulk update commands it is submitting, or bulk insert commands it is submitting, or bulk delete commands it is submitting. Bulk collect related to DRL, bulk bind related to DML. In for all, we can write only one statement. There must be DML statement only, one DML statement only. Even you can run, you cannot write control structure if also above. That's it. So is it working on a test here? Copy this. See here. Working on a observe sir, salary increase to all employees. Previously, this first employee salary was 28,800. Now his salary is 34,560. Previously, this salary was 28,000 change was there. Now 34,000. Previously, maybe this salary was 28,800. On 28,800, 20% salary increase. Observe. We got correct output. See. So working perfectly and it works faster also because of this bulk collect and bulk bind. This one works faster than previous program. In the previous program, we used for loop. Here we are using for all. Did you notice the difference, sir? Did you understand about bulk bind? Shall we move forward? Online students, is it clear about bulk collect, bulk bind? Really very, very important, sir. This shows difference between others and you. Most of the students don't know all these things. If you know these things, it is plus for you. Is it clear up to here? Shall we move forward? Please confirm in the chat box. Okay. Now successfully we finished. Very good, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Online students, thanks to all. Now see, there are three types of collections. First one is associative array. Associative array topic is over. Now we need to discuss about nested table and V array. Notice here. Now I am opening one program. Collection related program. D drive. Batch 2 p.m. Collection related program I am opening, sir. Observe now. This is our first program on collection. Now you tell me, sir, what is X here? Associative array or nested table or V array? What is X here? Associative array. What is nested table? Understand this point now. Associative array is a table of two columns. First one is index. Second one is element. One index, 50 element. Two index, 90 element. Three index, 30 element. Four index, 70 element. Like this. This is what associative array. What is nested table, you know? What is nested table? See here. 50, 90, 30, 70. Did you understand any point here? What is associative array? Very good. Very good, sir. Good to hear. A table of 2 columns. And what is nested table? You tell me. Table of 1 column. What is that 1 column? Element only. In associative array, what are the 2 columns? Index, element. So why in associative array index it is storing? This index can be varchar 2 also. Indexes like this also I can take. H by D, BLR like this. AAA, ABC, ABCD like this. Indexes can be varchar 2 also. So which type indexes you want to hold? Machine does not know. That is why you're telling index data type. But what nested table holds? Only element. Why it is not storing index, sir? Here always index is number type. Index cannot be varchar 2 type. In nested table, index is always number, sir. Index is always number. Always number type only. Fixed. Just like single dimensional array in C Java. In single dimensional array in C Java, always index is number only. In associative array, index can be number type. Index can be varchar 2 type. Both are possible. That is why it's storing index also. In nested table, index is always number. So machine already knows indexes. First element index value definitely 1 only. So machine already knows index. That is why it's not storing index separately. So what is associative array? Table of 2 columns, index element. What is nested table? Table of 1 column, element only. Why it is not storing index? Because index is always number type. Machine already knows index. That is why it is not storing indexes separately. In Java, in single dimensional array, it is not storing index there. Only elements it is storing. Because index is always integer there. Indexing starts from 0 there. Machine already knows that one. Same point is applicable here also. Now please confirm, sir, what is X? Associative array, nested table. Associative array. Okay. So in nested table, it does not store index. So no need to tell index data type. In nested table, no need to tell index data type. Because index is always number. Machine already knows it. So no need to tell index. Now what is X? Nested table. Only one change I did. Observe, sir. I told this point. In 3 minutes, you can learn it, I told. In 3 minutes, you can learn nested table, I told. See here. What is X here? Associative array. What is X here? Associative array. Index is number type. Element is number. Whereas in nested table, always index is number. Machine already knows it. So no need to tell index type. Now what is X here? Nested table. If you specify index data type, index by index data type, if you specify, X is associative array. If you don't write index by index data type, X is nested table. To the associative array, I made one change. It became nested table. Is this point clear, sir? Associative array contains 2 columns, index element. Nested table contains only 1 column element. So here index is always number type. That is why no need to tell index data type. If I write like this, what is X? Associative array, nested table. Associative array. If I remove this index by index data type, what is X now? Nested table. That's it. Suppose instead of writing table, I'm writing V array. Observe. V array. Instead of writing table here, I'm writing V array. V array of 10. Now this is V array, sir. Simple. This code is same for all 3 types of collections, sir. Only data type definition we are changing. Now num array is V array data type. It can hold how many elements? 10 elements. Of which data type? Number type. It is same as nested table. It is a table of 1 column. Same as nested table. but it can hold 10 elements. Size is fixed here. In associative array, unlimited elements you can store. In nested table, unlimited, but here limit is there, 10. 4 elements stored, remaining 6 elements memory wasted. So memory wastage will be there here like this. So here memory wastage will be there, 6 elements memory wasted here. Because of we are specifying size, memory wastage or memory shortage problem may occur. So when we know exact size, then only VRA recommended. Otherwise, don't use it. That's it. VRA is same as nested table. It holds element only, but it can hold maximum 10 elements. Size is there. In nested table, unlimited number of elements you can store. So that is why VRA not recommended. When you know size, then only use it. Otherwise, it is not recommended. That's it. Work. All these are working or not test here. Notice, sir. Here I'm writing table index by PLS underscore integer. If I write like this, last time I'm telling, sir, if I write like this, X is associative array program I'm compiling and running. Associative array program is working. How can we say X is associative array? Index by index data type is there. So X is associative array. To the same program, I am removing index by index data type. Now X is nested table. Now X is nested table. It holds only elements. It does not hold indexes. Index is always number type. Copy this. Working perfectly. All elements printed. But now X is nested table. How can we say index by index data type is not there? Now to this nested table, one change I am doing, instead of writing table, I am writing VRA. But for VRA, we must specify size. Now X can hold maximum how many elements? 10. It can hold 10 elements means 4 elements also it can hold. Holding. Remaining 6 elements memory wasted. So like this memory wastage will be there or memory shortage will be there. So that is why when we know size, then only it is recommended. That's it, sir. Is it working or not? Test here. Working. Is it clear about 3 types of collections? Did you understand the difference? Interviewers ask like this. What are the differences among associative array, nested table, and V array? Let me write the differences at one place. Here, collection type I am writing. 3 types of collections are there. First one, associative array. First one, associative array. Second one, nested table. Third one, V array. Understand now? Okay. See here. Here. What is collection? What is associative array? How many number of columns will be there in it? That I am writing here. Index is which data type? That I am writing here. How many elements it can store? That point I am writing. Is it dense or sparse? This point I am writing. That's it, sir. If you know this table, you can crack the interview question. Differences among associative array, V array, nested table. See here. In associative array, how many columns will be there? What are those? Index and element. In nested table, how many columns will be there? What is that one? In V array, how many columns? Element. In associative array, index data type can be number type or record two type. Both are possible. In nested table, index is always number. In V array also, index is always number. That is why no need to tell index data type separately. That is why we are not adding index by. In associative array, how many elements? In associative array, how many elements we can store? Eh? Unlimited. In nested table, unlimited. In V array, limited. Limited. In this example, in X V array, how many elements we can store? Is it dense or sparse? Just simple, sir. Just to crack. Interviewers ask like this. Is associative array dense or sparse? Like this they ask. Dense means no gaps, sir. Dense means no gaps. After first index, next index will be 2. Next index will be 3. No gap is there in the indexes. But sparse means gaps. Gaps will be there in the indexes. Suppose first element index is 10. Next element index is 20. See here, so much gap is there. Observe. First element index is 10. Next element index is 20. This is called sparse. These are indexes only. This is also possible. This is called sparse. Here first index, second index, third index. No gap in the indexes. Dense. Gap in the indexes. Sparse. Is VRA dense or sparse? VRA always dense. Is associated with dense or sparse? Dense is possible. Sparse also possible. Dense possible. Sparse possible. How to do sparse? Observe here. How to do dense? X of 1 colon equals to 20. X of 2 colon equals to 90. Dense. X of 3 colon equals to 50. Dense. No gaps are there in the indexes. Suppose here I am writing like this. X of 10 colon equals to 100. Notice here. First index is 10. Next index is 20. So much gap is there. Observe. See. First index 10. Next index 20. Next index 30. Let's. So here gap is there in the indexes. So this is called sparse. If you create like this is sparse. First index 10, second index 20, third index 30. If indexes are there like this 1, 2, 3, dense. If you know this point, that is enough. So interviewers ask like this, is it dense or sparse? Like this. VRA always dense. Associative array can be dense or sparse. Nested table starts as dense. Starts as dense means first index 1 only. It can become sparse. Can become sparse also. But starts as dense. Later it can become sparse. So if anyone is asking, what are the differences between associative array, nested table V array, tell these points. Associative array table of 2 columns, index element. Nested table contains 1 column, element. V array contains 1 column, element. In associative array, index can be number type or varchar 2. In nested table, index is always number. In V array also, index is always number. Okay, nested table just like V array only. But in V array, we can store limited number of elements. In nested table, unlimited number of elements. V array always dense. Here we must specify size. Memory will be wasted. In nested table, memory will not be wasted. So like this, these are the differences. So successfully, we finished all types of collections. Okay. In the notes, some more additional points will be there. Okay. refer them and understand them successfully. Collections topic is over. Is it clear up to here, sir? Online students, please confirm. Is it clear about collections? Collections chapter is over. If it is clear, we can start next chapter. Please confirm. So interviewers ask like this: what are the differences between cursor and collection? In the notes very clearly mentioned all these points. Refer the notes, understand them. What are the differences between cursor and collection? Is interview question. Left side I'm writing points regarding cursor. Right side I'm writing points regarding collection. Cursor can move forward only. Both are used to hold multiple rows only. Then what is the difference? Like this interviewers may ask. Cursor is used to hold multiple rows. Collection is also used to hold multiple rows. What is the difference? Cursor can move forward only. It cannot go back. Backward navigation not possible. Only forward navigation possible. Collection can move in any direction. It can move forward or backward. In any direction it can move. Understand this point? This is cursor C1. This is cursor C1. This is collection. This is collection X. See here. Here rows are there. These are the rows. First row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, like this. Cursor is holding multiple rows. Collection is also same thing it is doing. Collection is also holding multiple rows. Purpose is same. Cursor purpose, collection purpose same. Then what is the difference here? Cursor can move forward only. Understand now? I'm fetching first record, processed it. Fetching second record, processed. Fetching third record, processed. Understand, sir? Third record fetched, processed. Okay. Now I want to access second element. I want to go back now. After accessing third row, after processing third row, I want to go back. I want to access second row. Is it possible? In cursor, not possible. Cursor can move forward only, sir. First fetches first record, then fetches second record, then fetches third record. Like this only. Forward only. It can move forward only. After third record, I want to access second record. Can we go back, sir? Impossible. Cursor can move forward only. Cursor cannot go back. But whereas in collection, I am fetching first record, processing it, fetching second record, processing it, fetching third record, processing it. After this, can we access second, sir? Yes. You can go back also. Possible. Next, one more point I'm telling. Cursor supports to sequential accessing. For example, I want to search 100th row, sir. My requirement is accessing 100th row. We cannot access 100th row directly here. Impossible. Cursor does not support random accessing. First it fetches first row, then fetches third, second row, then fetches third row. Like this fetches 99 rows. After fetching 99 rows only, it can fetch 100th row. So unnecessarily you are fetching 99 rows, sir. If your requirement is accessing the 100th row, if a requirement is accessing 100th row you cannot access directly in cursor. 99 rows you have to fetch. Then only you can fetch 100th row. 99 rows fetching time wasted. So that is a cursor slower in this case. Cursor does not support to random accessing. It supports to sequential accessing. Whereas collection supports to random accessing. Suppose if you want to fetch 100th row, write like this: x of 100th row will be accessed. I'm not fetching 99 rows, sir. Improves performance. That's it. So these are the differences between cursor and collection. So it supports to sequential accessing. It supports to cursor supports to sequential accessing. It does not support to random accessing. Collection supports to random accessing. That is why it is faster. Here, it fetches every row. Random accessing not possible. It is slower. Okay. So collection holds entire data at a time. So more memory is required. Whereas cursor fetching one row at a time. So less memory is required. So like this, every concept has its own advantages and disadvantages. That is why in real time, they use cursor collection combination. Suppose I want to work with up to 50,000 rows, sir. Up to 50,000 rows. Collection is suitable. Suppose for easy understanding purpose, I'm telling this range. Suppose I want to hold 50,000 rows. Up to 50,000 rows, if you want to hold, collection is best. Suppose if you want to hold more than 50,000, it may give runtime error. Collection may give runtime error. So to hold large amounts of data, cursor is best. Go for cursor. To hold up to 50,000 rows, collection is best. To hold more than 50,000 rows, cursor is best. Because cursor at a time it is holding one row. But collection at a time holding all rows. So more memory is required for this. So that is why if you want to work with large amounts of data, more than 50,000, again cursor is best. To hold up to 50,000 rows, collection is best. To hold more than 50,000, to hold large amounts of data, again cursor is best. So like this, every concept has its own advantages and disadvantages. So that is when real time we use both combination. That's it. Last topic, collections topic is over. Last topic is dynamic SQL. With this PL SQL will be finished now. Just a minute. Dynamic SQL. Observe. Topic name is dynamic SQL. Understand this concept now. You tell me, sir, SQL provides 5 sub languages. What are those 5 sub languages? DDL, DRL, DML, TCL, DCL. Among these DRL, DML, TCL commands, can be used directly in PLSQL. Can be used directly in PLSQL program. So that is why till now we used these things only. If we take if else if program here, in this select DRL, we can use directly in PLSQL program. Update DML, commit TCL. So TCL commands, DML commands, DRL commands, we can use directly in PLSQL program. Till now we used these things only. But DDL, DCL commands cannot be used directly. Cannot be used directly. This is a problem. It's DDL, DCL commands. We cannot use them directly in the PLSQL. So if you want to use them, indirect ways there. That is dynamic SQL. If anyone is asking why dynamic SQL, tell this point. DDL, DCL commands, we cannot use them directly. To use them, go for dynamic SQL. And what is to execute dynamic queries also? We use it to execute dynamic queries. Also, we use this dynamic SQL. This is the purpose. Why dynamic SQL? DDL, DCL commands we cannot use directly in the PLSQL. If you want to use them, use dynamic SQL. Second reason to execute dynamic queries. What is dynamic query? A query which is built at runtime is called dynamic query. Understand this point? Drop table EMP. This is static. This is called static query. In SQL, many queries in SQL, many queries we have written. All those are static only. Many queries we have written. All those are example of static. In SQL language, many queries we learn. Giants, subqueries, okay, built-in functions in the initially SQL commands, set operators. All those queries are static. Till now, we didn't submit dynamic query. What is dynamic query? Observe now. Drop table. Which table should be dropped? I don't know. So what I'm doing is I'm developing query like this. In one variable, I'm holding table name. This query static, fixed. Always it drops CMP table. Fixed, static. But this table, which table it drops, you don't know. At runtime, this will be decided. At runtime, this will be decided. If variable name is EMP, it drops EMP table. If variable name is department, drops department table. So at runtime, this query will be built based on this variable value. At runtime, this query will be built. A query which is built at runtime, this query is called dynamic query. This query built at runtime, this is called dynamic query. This is static query. Fixed, always it drops EMP. This is dynamic. At runtime, this query will be built. So to execute dynamic queries, we use this dynamic SQL. This is static query. This is dynamic query. See one example program on dynamic SQL. If anyone is asking why dynamic SQL, tell this part. DDL, DCL commands, we cannot use them directly in PLSQL. If you want to use them, definitely go for dynamic SQL. And sometimes we may don't know exact table name, exact column name. At that time, we create the dynamic query. Which table should be dropped? I don't know. I don't know exact table name. So when we don't know exact table name, column name, we define dynamic query. To execute dynamic queries also, we are using dynamic SQL. This is a purpose. Purpose we know. See one example to get clarity on it. Define a procedure to drop a table. To drop the table, I want to define one procedure. I want to call like this. Drop table. Which table you want to drop? Pass the table name as argument. Like this. This is procedure call. Now understand now I'm defining procedure of the. See here. Create or replace procedure name, drop table. How many parameters? One parameter. Capture table name. Varchar 2 type. As begin, end, semicolon, slash. Now, can we write like this? Drop table, table name. Can we write like this in PL/SQL directly? No. DDL commands cannot be used directly. To use them, we use dynamic SQL. So which table should be dropped exactly? I don't know. So I'm generating query like this. This is called dynamic query. If this parameter value hike, at runtime this query becomes drop table hike. Here spaces are also important. I typed drop space, table space. Observe drop space, table space. Concatenate with p underscore t. If p underscore t name value hike, drop table hike. This query built at runtime, dynamic query. To execute this dynamic query, use dynamic SQL. Entire dynamic SQL chapter revolves around only one point. Submit this dynamic query as string to execute immediate. That's it, sir. This is the only point in the dynamic SQL. Entire dynamic SQL chapter revolves around this one point only. Submit. This is dynamic query. This query built at runtime. This is dynamic query. At runtime, this query will be created based on this parameter value. At compile time, query is not ready. At compile time, query is not ready. At runtime, this query will be created. So this is called dynamic query. Submit this dynamic query as string to execute immediate. Entire dynamic SQL chapter revolves around this one point only. Execute immediate. Okay. So to not only drop command, any SQL command can be executed by execute immediate. Not only DDL, DCL, DRL also, DML also, any SQL command can be executed by execute immediate. This is dynamic SQL. Submit dynamic query as string to execute immediate. This is dynamic SQL. Display message as dbms underscore output dot put underscore line table dropped. Table dropped. That's it. Understand now? I'm copying this. Working on a test here. See, See that procedure create, observe. Select star from hike. Hike table data is showing. Hike table has data. Now I want to drop this table now. Execute. Drop table. Which table we want to drop? Hike. Hike table drop now. Table dropped, observe. Dropped or not? Dropped or not? Check here. Select star from hike. Error. Before our procedure call, before this procedure call, it was showing hike table data. See, sir, before this procedure call, drop table hike procedure call, before procedure call, hike table was there, data was there. After calling procedure, table dropped. If I write select star from hike, it is telling that hike does not exist. Table dropped, sir. Our procedure is working perfectly. This is dynamic SQL. So entire dynamic SQL revolves around only one point: execute immediately. Is it clear? So successfully we finished the second module, PLSQL. Now two modules are over in our course. So I divided our course into, our course is Oracle. In this we are learning SQL and PLSQL. Okay. I divided this course into three modules. Module 1 tables over. In this we discussed SQL commands, functions, clauses, joins, subqueries, constraints, set operators, interval expressions, case expressions, like this. Module 1. Module 2, complete PLSQL language. PLSQL basics, control structures, cursors, okay, then exception and handling, then procedures, functions, stored procedures, stored functions, packages, triggers, collections. And today we discuss dynamic SQL also. So successfully we finished PLSQL. Next third module left, sir. What are those third module name is other database objects. Other database objects means other than tables. Other than tables means views, indexes, sequences, synonyms, and materialized views. These five database objects we need to discuss now. Module 1, module 2 over, sir. If it is clear, we can start module 3. Is it clear about two modules? Third module, other database objects, views, indexes, sequences, synonyms, and materialized views. Now, today, tomorrow, we discuss about sequences. And one important announcement, today, by night, I upload complete course material in the Google Classroom. Module 1 classroom notes. Module 1 classroom notes. Module 2 classroom notes. Module 3 classroom notes. 3 files. Okay. One SQL PL PDF file notes I upload, sir, which I typed, which I prepared for your reference purpose. Some more additional examples may be there. Some additional topics may be there. That file also I will provide. Interview questions. Interview questions also I will provide. Sample tables file, like EMP table creation queries, department table creation queries. Okay. Sample tables file also I will provide. Total 6 files, sir. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, classroom notes. SQL PL one PDF notes I will upload, which is prepared by me. Interview questions. And in these notes, some additional examples may be there. Additional topics may be there. Additional points may be there. Additional assignments may be there. Refer it. So like the 6 files I upload today, download those 6 files, keep with you. That is complete course material. Previous uploads, no need to download. In recent uploads, 6 files will be there. Download them, keep with you. That is complete course material. By today night, I will upload all 6 files. Now see about third module, other database objects. In other database objects, now we are discussing about sequences. The sequence concept is used to generate sequential numbers in table. If we want to generate sequential numbers in the table, the sequence concept is used to generate sequential numbers in table. Suppose in the Amazon, when you place order, automatically order ID will be generated like this. If next customer is placing order, another number will be generated. If next customer is placing order, another number will be generated. So automatically this will be generated. For this, they use which concept, sir? So in Oracle SQL, in the table, if we want to generate sequential numbers automatically, then go for the concept sequence. This is the purpose. I want to generate sequential employee IDs 1001, 1002, 1003 like this. I want to generate sequential course IDs like this. 10 is the course ID for Java, 20 for Python, 30 for C language like this. To generate sequential numbers like this, we use the concept sequence. How to generate them? Follow the syntax. See here. Follow the syntax. Now, what is the syntax? Create. What do you want to create? Table, procedure, trigger. What do you want to create? Tell that one. Sequence. With which name? Tell that. From where you want to start? 1001 or 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From where you want to start sequential numbering? Start with value. If you want to generate these employee IDs, start with value 1001. If you want to generate these sequential numbers, start with value 10. Increment by. Observe here. After 1001, 1002. So increase one value. After 1002, 1003, increase one value. See here. After 10, generate 20. So increase 10 values. After 20, generate 30. So increase 10 values. Here increment by value 1. Here increment by value 10. What is the minimum value in the sequence? What is the maximum value in the sequence? If you don't want a repetition, no cycle. If you want repetition, cycle. To specify cache size. If you don't want to cache, write no cache. So this is the syntax of creating sequence. And here, these are called sequence options. Or you can say sequence clauses. Sequence options, you can say. Sequence clauses, you can say. Start with increment by min value, max value. Cycle or no cycle, cache or no cache. All these are called sequence options or sequence clauses. Understand this one? If you want to generate these sequential numbers, write like this. Create sequence name S1. Start with 1001. increment by 1, increment by 1, minimum value 1001, maximum value 1003. If you don't want repetition, no cycle. If you want repetition, cycle. That's it. If you want to generate these sequential numbers up to 90, see here, create sequence, sequence name S2, start with value 10, increment by value 10, minimum value 10, maximum value 90. Okay, 10 to 90. One time if you want to generate, no cycle. No, after 90, again 10, again 10 to 90, again 10, 10, again 10 to 90, again 10, again 10 to 90. So 10 to 90, if you want repeatedly, cycle, cycle repeatedly generates from minimum value to maximum value. No cycle, no repetition. Like this. Based on our requirements, specify those sequence options. To create any number of sequences, this is the key point. This is the syntax. See one example. I am creating one sequence. Create sequence S1. I am not specifying start with observe. Then where sequence will be started, sir? Default start with value 1. Default start with value 1, sir. Sequence numbering starts from 1 here. After 1, it generates 2, 3 like this. So increment by value 1 by default. Default minimum value 1. Default maximum value 10 power 28. Default cycle value, no cycle, no repetition. Default cache size is 20. So these are the default values. Create sequence S1. Remaining all are optional. If I don't specify start with value, default start with value 1. Default increment by value 1. So after 1, it generates 2, 3, 4 like this. Up to it can generate 10 power 28. Maximum value. No cycle, no repetition. Default cache size 20. 20 values will be preloaded into the cache memory. Improves performance. So this is a way of creating sequence with default values. How can you say these are default values, sir? Just like all tables information maintained by user underscore tables. Just like all constraints information maintained by user underscore constraints. Okay, just like all procedures information maintained by user underscore procedures. Like that, all sequences information maintained by user underscore sequences. Just type select star from user underscore sequences. It tells these are the default values. See here, I am creating the sequence now. Observe. Create sequence S1. Created, observe, sir. Sequence create, observe. I didn't specify start with value. So default start with value 1. Default minimum value 1. Default increment by value 1. Default maximum value 10 power 28. Default cycle value, no cycle. Default cache size 20. How can you say? Select star from user underscore sequences. Notice here, sequence name S1. Its minimum value 1. Increment by value 1. Maximum value 10 power 28. E means into 10 power. power value 28. In front of this 1.0 means 1. 1 into 10 power 28 means 10 power 28. 10 power 28 is maximum value. Plus means understand like into 10 power. Sorry, E. E means understand like into 10 power. Plus 28 means power value 28. Default increment by value 1, default cycle no cycle, default catches as 20. So with this we can tell these are the default values. That's it, sir. How to generate sequential numbers I explain in the next session. So tomorrow completely we focus on which topic, sir? Sequence. So from now onwards, maximum how many sessions, sir? 4. In 4 sessions I finish your course. Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. Online students, thank you everyone. I'm leaving the session. See you tomorrow.